Okay, but we're talking about the presidential election. So we're not asking for you to unify the Republicans. That's not very hard if you're the Republican candidate.
There's a bit of a civil war going on in the Republican Party. There's three, I think, factions right now in the Republican Party.
Ooh, the three. What do you think the three factions in his mind are? We have the obviously the neocons and America First people. But would he separate like the America First people and the MAGA people, or is he just going to? Because I see it more in two more slightly overlapping groups of the establishment and then the Trumpian America First. I put those in the same category. What do you guys think?
One is the anti-establishment faction. Okay, you can put the Matt Gaetz of the world and some of those guys in there, and the MAGA crowd and Trump and those guys in there.
Okay, so I would call that all just the America First conservatives.
You can put the establishment crowd in there. Some of the guys that are the establishment guys that do well. Some would call you anti-establishment at times. Some would call you establishment.
No, he's definitely establishment. Come on. I mean, like he's good. He's good with the positions that he has. He's willing to fight, but within the system. Let's not get it twisted. He's not an outsider. He is establishment as establishment gets. Maybe not as establishment, but like that's as far from establishment as you can get, but still be part of the establishment. I mean, he's still part of all the military stuff that we're worried about. He's gonna find a way to make it seem like World War III was gonna be the worst thing in the world. But I mean, if it happens, then we got a good position, so it's like whatever.
You're like a hybrid. And then the third could be the Liz Cheney, the Lincoln Project, which the old Lincoln Project, which they had some momentum. They don't have the legs they do today, but there's a little bit of the rhino community. For yourself, when you see this, Speaker of the House, McCarthy, Mike Johnson, stuff that we've not seen before, right? You see this division taking place. Do you see yourself as a unifier or do you see yourself as a revolutionary?
Ooh, a unifier or a revolutionary. So I think I'm trying to get ahead of this and see how well I understand his game plan. If he says he's a unifier, then it means that he's going to try to appeal to the leftists, the wokest, all of those people and bring them in together. And so he would have to have something that would fight back against the notion that he was good in our eyes, good on COVID, good on wokeness, good on trans, good on that. How is he going to overcome that? If he leans into being a revolutionary, then he has to talk about how that is going to, or how that's not going to create more division with Democrats. Very interesting question. Very, very, very interesting question. So the Soul said he's no unifier now, in my opinion. Should have waited until 2028 if he was going to claim that. Let's say he's going to. No. I bet she's going to say neither. He's like neither or both. He's going to do some bullshit. That's what makes him establishment.
Well, I think in some ways we're both. I mean, we would come.
This is it, though. This is it. The fact that I knew he was going to say something like that is exactly why you don't get my vote. You're not a person. You're just a character.
Come to Washington and upend the order of the way that they've done business, and I don't think we've had a president do that since Ronald Reagan when he came in 1980.
Wait a minute. A GOP candidate talking about Reagan? Groundbreaking.
I think that we need somebody that can come in across the board on all these issues, the bureaucracy, the border, the economy, and implement these changes and do it for an 8-year period. I think that that's very important. But I also am somebody who, in my reelection as Florida governor, I got 97% of registered Republicans. That was a record. I mean, normally if you get 90%, that's considered very, very good.
Okay, but we're talking about the presidential election. So we're not asking for you to unify the Republicans. That's not very hard if you're the Republican candidate. I'm pretty sure, I'm not in the mind of PBD, but I'm pretty sure he was talking about the Democrats. Shout out to Soil too. Soul said Ron Predictimonious. Oh my God. Savage. I think we got a comment of the night early on. Ron Predictimonious. I love it. Oh, that is hilarious. And Von Zig over here calling him Santa. Said his voice is too thin. There's a way to use that. But he doesn't seem to have command of his voice. He's just very well, I'm actually a little bit of both. I'm a unifier, and actually, at the same time, I'm a revolutionary. When you get 97% of the vote, that really means, like, bro, come on. So we said St. Ronnie was the devil that brought us globalism.
We've got 97%.
You destroyed it. It wasn't even close.
Well, but the thing is we were able to bring people together because we had a strong vision and we were delivering results for people. So I think what they're missing in Washington is so much of
somebody who can get all the Republicans to vote for the same person. I don't think that's it, bro.
What the party's doing is theater. You have guys out there that are putting on a show, and that's on all sides. I mean, ultimately, these Lincoln Project people, it's all about clicks for them and money and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, that ultimately is not what you're judged on in terms of being a leader. You're judged on, are you actually producing results? Are you moving the electorate in a way that is going to be better? In Florida, we produced results, but we also moved the electorate. We took an electorate that was down the middle, 50-50, and we turned it into a 60-40 victory. Now we're considered a strong red state. That was.
I don't think that applies. It's not the governor's race. It's not one state, and it's not a fighting amongst the, when you have as you say, you turned it into, it got turned into a red state. So there was no chance that a blue candidate was going to win. That's not the way that America works. You're not going to be able to turn America into a red country and then be like, okay, now everybody should vote for me. Like, you're looking at it all wrong, bro. Nick says Ron is just a Republican establishment. Better than the alternative, but still not good. I'm Republican, but I'm not naive enough to think there's no corruption in the party. It's government after all. Bingo! You got it. And so the soul agrees, as do I. That
was not the case. In fact, you go back before I got elected governor, people were saying this was going to go blue. That's what people thought.
That's him exclaiming. You go back, people thought it was going to go blue. Interesting.
And in fact, during COVID, you heard a lot of that because they're like, oh my gosh, Governor DeSantis has schools open. He's got all this stuff open. It's so unpopular, all this stuff. He's not going to be able to win re-election. People were saying that, and they were acting like this was an opportunity for Democrats. Turned out it was the opposite. So I think what you need to you need to unify the Republicans, and you need to win enough independents. If you can't do that, you're just not going to win. And I'm the only one that really has a track record of doing that in Florida. We won independent voters by 18 percentage.
Again, what about the Democrats? You're going to be their president as well. Don't you? Am I wrong? Am I just reading into the question? I assume that if we're talking about a presidential election and we talk about revolution or unifying, then the unifier means to unify the two different sides, not unify all the people that are on the same side.
Points. I mean, that's really what you need. But we didn't do it by contorting ourselves or trying to put our finger in the wind. We did what we believed. We told people the truth. We delivered results, and we were able to track people. There
in Florida,
people out there, they don't need to agree with you on everything. But if they see that you're telling them the truth, if they know you'll fight for them when the chips are down.
But do we know, Ronnie Boy? Do we know? I know you'll try, but I know that there are other gentlemen out there who have a little bit more fervor when it comes to moving this country in the right direction. And maybe they don't, but they sure seem like they do. And unfortunately, friend, that matters. Quamtech said, at this point, I only see conservatives and moderates as the only ones able to unify. Yep. Well, goddamn. Isn't that a fact? God damn. Shit. Damn.
They will support you. So we've got to do more of that, I think, as the Republicans. But look, I was conservative against the Republican establishment before Donald Trump ever ran, and I'm the same. A lot of those people.
That's the second time you brought up Trump unsolicited.
people in DC, they don't want me to be the candidate. They opposed me. Everything we did in Florida, they've opposed. They opposed us having the state open. They opposed us having schools open. They opposed us fighting the vax mandates and stopping those. They opposed us beating Disney in the parents' rights fight. They've opposed us on getting critical race theory out of our schools. They opposed us on banning sanctuary cities. They opposed me when we sent illegal aliens to
Rule of threes, bro. Rule of threes. Whatever you're doing, pick 3 and then make your point. Because now they fought against you, but I don't even remember what led up to this. And now I don't know how you're going to tie it and be like, okay, they fought against you. And what? If you don't have a charismatic tone to your voice, then you have to be ultra concise. You have to be ultra concise because people will just tune you out very, very, very easily. Very easily. Exactly, unwanted folks. 20 words or less. 20 words or less. Anyfilm said, I believe Trump talked and talks a lot more about Americans instead of Democrats and Republicans. More jobs for Americans, better economy for Americans, bring Americans home from overseas. Exactly. And we just don't hear that kind of stuff. We don't hear that kind of substance from Ron DeSantis. I think looking back after whoever becomes the candidate, I think looking back, it'll be a lot easier to point out. See, this is what we were missing. But it's just like there should be something in my hand after you say something, but it's just empty. What can I grab onto? I don't know. I don't know. And any film, you're spot on here, where Trump seems to kind of elevate himself above the, like Soul to Say was just Soul was just talking about the two-party system. Trump seems to elevate himself above that. And so it's not really about Republican or Democrat. It's about, do you like Trump or do you not like Trump? And so, yeah, I mean, you might be right here. Like, this division might be just birthing pains. And, the landscape that we're going to see after this election and moving forward, not going to be anything like it was in 2015. And already, it's almost a decade ago, guys. That's almost a decade ago that we've been in this theoretically transitional period, but this post-Trump world. It's been almost a decade. And so this idea of going back is, number one, probably not possible. And number two, I don't know if it's even really what we want. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed that clip, check out the full live stream link in the bio and catch me live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. See you there.